Welcome to Module 3, where we will discuss assisting the job seeker on the Assist Job Seekers tab. So we're already logged in. We're going to talk about the different search functions that are available. There is an action menu, but that will be covered later on in the training. And there's also a Create New Job Seeker account, which we will be going through that process and also building the resume, just to give you some insight into how the Focus Career System works, because you can actually do that as a staff. However, you're going to, in most cases, encourage the job seeker to do that themselves, to build their resume and search for jobs. That would be more used for somebody who's completely computer illiterate and may need complete assistance in getting through all the different steps of the application. It's designed to be user-friendly, however, so you should be able to help them as they go through it. So you'll see here on the job seeker dashboard, there's different filters at the top, and then it's defaulted to just show you everything that's available, which is also why this tab can take a little bit to load sometimes. There's also an expander here if you're looking for a specific job seeker, which a lot of the times you're going to be looking for somebody by social or their name or their email address. And you'll see these options here. You can actually use multiple criteria to find somebody. So you could use first, last name, date of birth. You could use their username, email address. You can actually look somebody up by their social, and you can do up to 20 of those at one time. Same thing for Key Suite ID and Focus ID. Once you have search results down here, so for example, if you actually were just looking up a specific office or things with certain particulars, you'll see here you can look up people by active and inactive status, your offices or offices statewide, which my offices in this account are statewide, but I could select a particular one. It has all the different offices. You can sort it by, it defaults to show all the job seekers, but then you can do migrant seasonal farm workers and vets and non-vets. You can actually sort them by issues as well, which the application will flag certain issues, which you'll see listed here for job seekers. If you aren't looking for a particular one, you can actually just select any issue, no issues, and any of the other particular issues here. You can actually put a staff's name in here if they're actually assigned to somebody in particular. A lot of times a job seeker won't be assigned to a particular staff, however. So you'll see here, if I just do a basic search and hit go, you basically don't want to change any of these filters up here unless you absolutely have to. If you're doing a search for somebody who may be in a different office than what offices you handle, you'd want to switch this to offices statewide just to make sure they don't show up, or they do show up in your search regardless of where they're located. That's something we have asked for them to default to change in future builds. You'll see here, I did get some results, so I would pick the one that I want. And then if I needed to assist that particular customer, I could access their account. We'll go into all the other options in a later section of the training. You also have the option to display more records per page, especially if you have a lot of results. And then you can page through those results here. The job seeker ID comes over from Key Suite if that job seeker has been migrated over to the case management system. So you would see that ID there in that case. So a lot of these test accounts have not been saved since we've integrated with Key Suite back in October, or they had other issues and were not integrated with Key Suite at that time. It'll show last activity date is actually the last time the job seeker logged in. A staff can actually go in to a job seeker's record, but that will not update this date. And that's to make sure that it only shows you the last time they have accessed their account. This shows you the job seeker's location for their address. And then there are some issues listed here. For example, if they haven't signed in a while, they haven't clicked on their job leads, maybe their resume isn't up to par, inappropriate email addresses, all of those show up over here. And that is the Assist Job Seeker dashboard. That's how you navigate it. That's how you search for records. You can actually view a profile page as well, which we'll go ahead and go through that now too. So I'm going to click on the job seeker's name. So this doesn't actually let you access their career account when you click on this. It actually will just load their profile page in Focus Assist. But that can be useful because there's a lot of information there that you may need that you don't actually need to go into the record to get. Also, it's loading in this tab. If you wanted to load it in a separate tab so that you can keep your search results here, you can always right-click it and open it in a new tab or new window. And that way you won't lose your search that you have here. Profile info. So you'll see here it shows the Focus ID next to my name. The profile will show their veteran information. It could also show migrant seasonal farm worker information here, disability status, things of that nature up in the profile. Then the contact information is in the next tab. If they don't have any profile information such as this tab just doesn't display. And contact would be first. So this is useful if you just need to get a hold of somebody without having to go all the way into the record. You can just load their profile page and get their phone number and email address and find out where they're from. Then you've got the resume information. You can actually view a preview of the job seeker's resume by clicking on it here. See, it pops it up. You can email this and print it. You also notice there was a flag next to their name as well, which also showed up on the search results on the previous page. That just means they're a veteran, which you would be able to identify without having to go into here and see their veteran status. Then you have some statistics about the resume. You'll see how long it is, number of skills. We are working on a multiple resume feature, so this number could be higher than one in the future if they have different types of resumes they want to use. And then their various enrollment and education statuses, which you can actually, without going into their account, you can update those fields because those are important for their case management purposes, whether they're employed or not at the time they receive services. So you do want to make sure these are always up to date when you're working with somebody. And so you can collapse any of these you're not using. This is a summary of their different things they've done in the application. So it's a good snapshot of how they're using Focus Career. This will show you how long it's been since they've signed in, how long it's been since they first registered. This will actually just show you the 3 to 5 star matches this record has. You can change these filters to view more recent information. It just defaults to show you all of their information. How many times they've signed in, edited their resume, did various job searches, viewed matches, and then all the different types of referrals they might have done to jobs. Then you've got referral outcomes. If a staff actually goes in and says if they refused a job, or if they did that, that would actually populate these fields here. The ones that other agencies may be interested in are when they actually refuse work, which you could see on a particular job. It would actually show a great number greater than 0 if they refused a job or a referral. Then you've got the survey responses, if they ever responded to one of the job seeker surveys. Then they have an activity log, which I'm going to expand a little bit, to get some information showing here. In the activity log, You can filter as well, just like you can do other filters in the application, especially if there's a lot of activities going on with a particular record. You may want to filter it out or change the time frame. You can also see everybody who's worked with this staff here and filter it by that. You can actually add activities here as well, or even change job seekers. Social and some of these other action menu items are back on the main dashboard as well. It's just nice to have an additional one here while you're looking at their activity log to make sure that everything's been added. This will show every time that either the job seeker or a staff has updated their resume. This will also show various other activities that have gone on with this particular record. Then you've got notes and reminders. So here there's a note here. You can switch it to reminders. This is where you can add a new note or a new reminder. If you set it as a reminder, you can choose to do it as an email, or you can post it to their dashboard on a particular date so that when they log in next time, they'll see it. And then lastly, assigned offices. This is something only certain staff are able to actually delete or change, but this will show you all the different offices they're assigned to. By default, every job seeker is assigned to one OCD office. They still have the OET on here, but one of the OCD offices and all of the WIO offices within that region are also assigned to them. So that's the profile page that you can get to from the dashboard. In the next module, Module 4, we'll be going over how to create a job seeker's account. So the account creation process in Assist, which is very similar to the actual job seeker creation.